Welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your Saturday evening to join us for the 2020 Superior Health Foundation Annual Gala. I'm Jim LaJoy, Executive Director of the Superior Health Foundation. Yes, we're live. Yes, we're in the Northern Center on the campus of Northern Michigan University. Yes, we're here for the next 2 hours with a full slate of fun and exciting things planned. Is this how we wanted to host the gala? Not by a long shot. We truly miss seeing all of our friends, family, and supporters in the giant ballroom, socializing, connecting, and supporting our wonderful partners and us. Yes, we live in interesting times. Yet, the show will go on. It has to. Why? Because the COVID-19 pandemic has accentuated the needs of our health-centered nonprofit friends across the region. Tonight, our theme is mental health. With our trusted partners, Great Lakes Recovery Centers and the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marquette and Menominee counties, together with all of you, wherever you may be across this incredible region we call home, we're excited about the next 2 hours. We have thousands of dollars in incredible silent auction prizes. We have our infamous prize boxes back. We'll hear from our partners. We're going to randomly award gifts to those who support our cause tonight. We'll raise some money for mental health. And last but not least, we'll be able to sit back and listen to the amazing voice and talent of Joshua Davis. So sit back and partake in your favorite beverage. We're happy you're here. Now, to kick off this evening's virtual event, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome the 2015 finalists on The Voice, the UP's very own Joshua Davis.
Hey everybody, this is Joshua Davis, and I am honored and excited to be involved in the Superior Health Foundation's virtual gala this year. I'm blown away by the work that the Health Foundation has done over the years, and specifically the focus this year on mental health. I think it's such an important time for it, given that everybody's feeling locked away and quarantined, and it's a really hard time, and it's an issue that's really near and dear to my heart and my family, and I'm grateful to have the chance to support that. So I'm going to play a few tunes, talk a little bit. I'll start with a song. This is one that's called "Last Winter in the Copper Country," and you know, it deals with mental health in a lot of ways. Lots of feelings of being trapped, of not being able to get out, and we're all feeling a little bit of that these days. And I'm grateful to the Health Foundation that they are they're supporting mental health organizations all across the Upper Peninsula. So let me play the tune, "Last Winter in the Copper Country." Up on the mountain, February in a pretty sight, 6 feet of snow, nowhere to go in the long dark nights. It ain't the cold that gets you, even when it's creeping in. He's at work, you're alone, it's a terrible wailing wind. Down in the valley, something stirred. Was it a voice just calling out your name? And your baby boy's crying about some on your knees. Your last winter in the copper country. It's your last winter in the copper country. Some of you went a walking and singing too. The song was for your unborn child, and the name, oh, the name the wrote for you. life a turning. Some are wide and wild and free. Fall is a tale, love wants to come and it's full of frozen tragedy. And the days are getting shorter. You can't sleep at night, and your path is getting clearer. You can plainly see it's your last winter in the copper country. It's your last winter in the copper country. Tiny little airport, biggest thing in that tiny little town. You'd said a prayer, washed your hands by the time that tiny little plane had set down. I don't remember that airport, nor the summer, spring, or fall, but that howling wind bubbles in my blood and makes, oh, it makes my skin crawl. Down in the valley, something stirred. It was a voice just calling out your name. And young baby boy's crying about some on your knee. It's your last winter in the copper country. It's your last winter in the copper country. Oh,
Thank you so much, Joshua. Terrific. Joshua will be back in a few minutes with a second selection. While we wait for that, let's take a stroll over to the silent auction table. I'd like to introduce Kim Letourneau, Special Events Coordinator of the Superior Health Foundation, and Joan Hara, Chair of the SHF Gala Committee and a Superior Health Foundation Board Director. Welcome, ladies. I mentioned at the top that we have a plethora of exciting silent auction items. Can you give our wonderful viewing audience a taste of what is available tonight?
Thanks, Jim. Good evening, everyone. I wanted to introduce 3 of our packages for you tonight. We have the wonderful TV6 advertising package. It's valued at $2,500. Please check us out and make a bid on that. I think we're about halfway, about $1,100 is bid on that already. We have Gray Walls. It is an 18-hole. We have 18 holes of golf for 4 people in a cart. We also have Troy Graham, and he is a UP acoustic singer-songwriter, and he has 2 sessions for us, 45 minutes long. You can have him in person or virtual tonight. Please check it out.
Hi. Thanks for joining us tonight. I really want to thank all of their sponsors and especially the people that donated these wonderful prizes. What's really nice about our prizes is it's a mix of experiences and adventures as well as items. So a lot of times you have a hard time thinking of a gift for someone or just something different to do, and we have a lot of variety of stuff, like she mentioned before, the golf package and the singer that will come and actually perform for you personally. So I have a few more of those. First of all is the guided mountain biking. This is for a group of 4. It's through Guide Bike Adventures with Doug Kazula at local lines. And it's a group of 4 people in Marquette County. And then in addition, they get a $100 gift certificate to go to Donkers to have dinner. So I think that would be a fun thing to do. There's a lot of increase in Marquette County and throughout the UP for mountain biking. So I think this is really a fun prize for people to bid on. Maybe give as a gift, Father's Day, anything you can think of like that. But I think it would be a lot of fun for people to bid on. And last I knew, the opening bid was $195, and it's a buy it now for $300. So for 4 people, that's really reasonable and fun. So we'll take a look at that. Watson & Watson generously donated also these 14 karat gold custom nugget earrings. They're just beautiful, kind of free form stud earrings. The starting bid was $125, and it's a buy it now for $275. And it may have gone up since I looked. There should be a crawler on your screen to tell you what the bids are when you go into the bid section. So they're just gorgeous, and we thank Watson & Watson for their generous donation to that. And last but not least is something that I personally took part in 2 years ago. I bid on this package. It was a little bit different. I know Jim and his wife also have gone and enjoyed this, and they call it the Detour Lighthouse Bed and Breakfast Package. But it's so much more than that. First of all, the bed and breakfast is gorgeous. It's a big Victorian house, big veranda, and it overlooks the lake. You can see boats going by day and night. And then you can take the ferry across to the island, and the island is full of little shops, and it's a little village, good restaurants, serve fresh fish. And this bed and breakfast is really, really good. It's owned by Susan and David Reinhardt, and they are real involved in community plays, and they sing. They have a grand piano in the big room when you come in, and they'll sometimes play that for you. Really friendly. Dave is an amazing chef. When we woke up in the morning the first day, they had like some kind of an egg in a nest with like bacon and eggs in a muffin tin, and he had homemade muffins and fresh fruit and just a huge spread. And they'll ask you what time you want breakfast, and they'll have it all there for you. And then the second day we went there, I think they had like homemade blueberry pancakes. I don't know if you experienced that, Jim, but just an amazing chef, so friendly. So their stay is nice. Each room is different. We had a big claw bathtub in our bathroom. It was just really cool, really nice experience. And then you can take the ferry over, like I said, to the island. It takes your car over and explore the whole island. And in addition to that, this year they're offering as part of the package a sail trip for 2 hours. It's called the Schooner Huron Jewel boat, and so they'll take you right out into the lake and do that. And then the third thing, which is really unique experience, is they'll take you to a lighthouse that's out in Lake Huron. And it's literally out in the lake. It takes you about 15 minutes to take a boat out there. And you climb up the cement embankment, and on top is this antique lighthouse that they're restoring. And there's a big community group doing that. And you get the whole tour of the lighthouse. And then they actually made us homemade cookies and lemonade when we were up there. And then after you get the lighthouse tour, you come back down and get into the boat and get back. So it's a real unique experience, and I don't think you'd find this package anywhere else. So take a look at that and place a bid. It's well worth it. That's all I have, Jim.
Okay, thank you. Let me just add a couple of things about these packages. Joan touched on the package in Detour, and I had an opportunity to take part in this last year, and it's phenomenal. The owners of the bed and breakfast, Susan and Dave Reinhardt, are not only fabulous people, but they're very gregarious. They have a great sense of humor. And Dave very well could be the finest cook I've ever experienced in my entire lifetime. When you have breakfast at this place, it's breakfast that would typically last the average person maybe 3-4 days. They roll out a spread that is just fantastic. And one of the other pieces that comes with this package that you might be interested in is our good friends Nick and Julia Meyer, who we've worked with the Hope Animal Cystic Crisis Response. They're going to offer drinks out at their place, out at Paddler's Point, which is right not far from Detour. And we had an opportunity to do that last summer as well, and they are fabulous hosts, and we want to thank Nick for donating this prize package. It's terrific. And then the other thing that I want to just quickly mention is the Gray Walls package. If you've never golfed at Gray Walls, in Marquette, it's probably the premier golf course in the Upper Peninsula. If it's not, it's in the top 3. It's terrific in terms of the hilly site it has, the rock formations, and it's a very, very difficult but pristine course. So please take advantage of that and bid. And remember, on the silent auction items, they will be going through 6 p.m. tomorrow. So if you're not in the mood tonight to bid, you can think about it tonight, sleep on it, and consider bidding tomorrow. So that'll go through 6 o'clock. Of course, there is that buy it now option, and we're hoping that some of you take advantage of that. So how else can you support tonight? Well, all charitable gifts that we are receiving tonight are going to be going toward mental health needs in the Upper Peninsula. And we don't really need to spend a lot of time talking about that because we know that there are needs, particularly in the pandemic, particularly during this crisis. There are a lot of children, young adults, older adults who are really seeking that kind of help. So this funding will really go to help with counseling. It'll help with one-on-one work. It'll help with telehealth. There's all sorts of different things. So our goal tonight is to raise $5,000 for mental health needs. And already, I was just informed, we're about halfway there. We're over the $2,500 mark. So with your help, we can get there tonight. And what's kind of nice is that if you give a gift of $50, you're going to receive this very nice Superior Health Foundation wine glass. If you give a gift of $75, you will receive a gift certificate of $15 to Michigan Made in Marquette, and we're thankful for their generous support and partnering with us. And then if you give a gift of $100, you receive both the wine glass and the gift certificate. So it's pretty awesome. So again, our goal is to raise $5,000, and I know the information is being put up on your screen on how you can give a gift. Now, before we go any further, now's an opportunity for us to hand out a prize. We said we were going to be handing out some prizes tonight, and our first prize goes to Eric in Rapid River. We want to thank Eric for his gift, and Eric, you've just won yourself a $25 gift card to Contrast Coffee in Marquette. So when you come into town, you can head over to Contrast, and we'll get you that gift card. So thank you very much for your incredible support, and we'll be drawing another name in just a little bit. Now, to really get a feel for how tonight's dollars are impacting Great Lakes Recovery Centers and the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marquette and Menominee Counties, please enjoy the following video.
Behavioral health. The need for quality behavioral health services is often overlooked. That's why the Superior Health Foundation is so incredibly excited to partner with Great Lakes Recovery Centers and the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marquette and Menominee Counties for this year's virtual gala. These organizations have dedicated their time and energy to provide exceptional behavioral health services that benefit many. Tonight, these organizations will receive vital funding to continue their efforts through your participation in this year's gala.
In May of 2018, John Keeble's family and his many friends came together in partnership with the Great Lakes Recovery Center to establish the John Keeble Legacy Fund. The John Keeble Legacy Fund was established to pay tribute to John and his passion for the Upper Peninsula, as well as to try to reduce the stigma that surrounds substance abuse and mental health issues.
All the funds established through the John Keeble Legacy Fund are used to help establish behavioral health treatment options through Great Lakes Recovery Center.
The Parent Support Network is a free and confidential meeting for adults who care for youth with mental health disorders. The Parent Support Network is a place where parents, grandparents, foster parents, and caregivers can come together to feel connected and get support.
The Critical Incident Stress Management Team is built on the volunteerism of firefighters, police officers, EMTs, first responders, dispatchers, nurses, doctors, and mental health providers in the community. The emergency department personnel deal with normal reactions to abnormal situations. So in their line of work, they deal with what we consider trauma. And we help go in and do a debriefing, a diffusing, a demobilization, one-on-ones to help prevent them from having trauma, to help them prevent post-traumatic stress disorder, prevent burnout, and ultimately prevent them leaving their line of work.
You know, it's hard for police officers or firefighters or other emergency workers to open up, and I'm what's called a peer advisor. I'm there to help them so kind of break the ice, being a police officer, being one of them, and being in the same situation that they've been. What we do is we get together with everyone involved in that traumatic event, and everyone explains what their part was. It's almost like doing a puzzle. No one knows, we get called to a certain situation and we're doing something. We don't always know what the other people are doing. And then the event is over and you're left with all these questions. We get all these people together and we discuss exactly what happened, and we help fill in that puzzle. And it really helps, with closure with what happened in that traumatic event.
Right now, we've been in existence since 1992, but we're in need of more volunteers and volunteers to be trained. This grant money offers the ability for training here on site in Marquette or in Negaunee.
All right, well, my name is Dave Matthew, and I run the Action Troop at Menominee High School. And what the Action Troop is we get a group of kids and we put on skits and do public service announcements about, healthy lives, about making good choices, about being drug and alcohol free. And we try to make it a point that, not everybody is out doing drugs, not everybody is drinking and partying on the weekends, and that a lot of kids don't do that stuff. And so the kids that we have in this Action Troop are actively going out and spreading the good word that there's good ways to have fun, and living a healthy lifestyle is a very important thing.
Hi, I'm Carrie Ann. I'm the director with the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marquette and Menominee counties. We are a very youth-driven, youth-led organization that are very active within 9 to 10 different school districts. We do many different projects and events and programming within our community, and one of the things that really hit home for me that I really enjoyed to see our youth involved in was our Youth Leadership Day. And Peyton, you really led your peers in the Healthy Youth Coalition with that event, and you came up with an action plan of an activity that you picked out.
The activity we chose to do was called the Mix It Up Day. This was an activity that we wanted to change and stop social cliques. So all of our school got together and we got split up and ate lunch with a group that we weren't normally used to hanging out with. It was through all high school through middle school, so we got different grades and different ages all mixed together. We went and ate lunch in these groups and then went on to do activities in the classroom.
People do have strengths about different things, and we need to learn to get along and get to know.
And it really helped some of these students break out of their shells by really highlighting the things that they like to do, such as math, memorization, different weird skills that they might have had that no one would have known, such as taking an Oreo from your head and putting it in your mouth without touching it.
Why don't we bring in a motivational speaker, EJ Carrion, and we can talk to the whole school about making good choices and having a future. It might not be the future that everybody typically has, but it's your future and you need to build it. Do you want to talk a little bit about his presentation?
Yes. He came in really to just tell us that our future was brighter than we would have originally thought. Being a junior or a sophomore in high school, sometimes the thoughts of your future aren't as big as they would have been if you were a senior or going into a freshman of college. He got in there and he told us, you really need to start thinking about what you want to do with your life.
Now, more than ever, as we navigate through this difficult pandemic, behavioral health needs must be at the forefront of our priorities. Thank you for joining us tonight to support these important organizations. We are all healthier together.
Wasn't that awesome? We thank Bill and Sherry Davey of Davey Productions for producing the video. Wonderful job as always. And, you know, personally, I want to give a special shout out. You're going to be meeting her in a little bit, but Heather Peacott did this, and she did just a terrific job. Heather was telling me the other day that she hasn't been on camera for about 20 years, but you would never know that by the wonderful job she did with the video. So we thank her very, very much. I was also just informed that we have 29 prize boxes that are still remaining. So, you know, please have that opportunity, purchase a prize box to here tonight. Now, at this time, I am incredibly honored to welcome to the podium the Executive Director of Great Lakes Recovery Systems and my good friend, Greg Touton. Greg?
Well, thank you, Jim. I'm reminded during COVID times we have to do elbow bumps as the new form of greetings. Well, thank you, everyone. I was going to ask Joni and Kim if the earrings on the display table matched my outfit tonight. So I'm reminded that there's plenty of time to bid on items all throughout this evening. So as they say, pledge early and often. And so on behalf of Great Lakes Recovery Centers, we are really deeply honored in terms of being selected as one of the co-recipients for this year's Gala funding. We really want to acknowledge the leadership of Mr. Jim LaJoy and the staff and the board members of the Superior Health Foundation for their ongoing commitment to helping improve the lives of the residents of the Upper Peninsula, and really especially for the dedication to helping support behavioral health treatment and prevention services all across the UP. You know, as nonprofit entities like Great Lakes Recovery Centers, there's always needs for ongoing funding to support programming and to support vital initiatives. And year after year, the work of the Superior Health Foundation helps a lot of organizations and causes. We are deeply honored and humbled to have been selected, again, as co-recipient of this year's Gala funding, but we're also equally honored to partner with the John Keevala Legacy Fund at GLRC to support two key initiatives that speak to the spirit of the work that the late John Keevala had done throughout his career. The Keevala Legacy Fund was created in 2018 as a way to honor John and his passion for the communities that he had served. John's family and friends approached GLRC about establishing the fund as a way to help those with substance abuse and mental health issues here in the UP. We would like to extend a special thank you to Sandy and Shelby Keevala, their family, as well as the close friends of John, who have offered key support to the Legacy Fund in John's honor. And so we thank you for your ongoing support. The funds raised here tonight will go specifically then to two projects in the UP targeting mental health support and caregivers. The first is a long-standing initiative entitled the Critical Incident Stress Management Team, or we like to have acronyms, so we'll call it CISM. There are CISM teams in every county in the UP. They are a group of volunteers who are there for first responders after a traumatic incident. They offer support and help to first responders in processing the incident that they were a part of and to recognize the emotional toll and trauma and post-traumatic stress, how that plays in the lives of care providers. Funds will help with the recruitment of additional volunteers, ongoing training, and managing the CISM response service. We'd like to extend a thank you to Heidi Schneiderhan, who is the local coordinator for CISM, along with one of the long-standing founders, Larry Zimkowski. They have been instrumental in its long history in Marquette County and surrounding areas. We thank them and all the CISM volunteers and supporters in keeping that service going for so many years. The second initiative that we'd like to highlight is new. It's called the Parent Support Network. This is a support program for parents of children and teens with mental health issues, including substance use disorders. We know that parents and care providers of children often struggle with feelings of guilt and shame when facing their child's mental health concerns, and they often tend to isolate in silence. The Parent Support Network offers them a safe place to turn with other parents who understand. The meetings are led by peers who have lived experience raising a child with a behavioral health condition, and these sessions are free and completely confidential. Funding will go toward the development of these parent support networks throughout the UP and to provide needed training and coordination. We are reminded each and every day that in order to provide the programs and services that we do at GLRC, it would not be possible without our dedicated and caring staff. I think that's something that all of our organizations have in common. Together at GLRC, we have served over 3,000 clients this past year, and we've helped them to find hope while facing difficult circumstances. We would also like to thank our board of directors. Truly, nonprofit board of directors are a very unique group. They are a very unselfish group that give their time, effort, and resources. And they've been behind the scenes to help guide us in our operations and to keep a focus on the mission of helping those most vulnerable. Again, they have given their time and talents and resources. As far as some of those key board members that had contributed to tonight's gala, we want to call attention to them because they often don't get the attention that they deserve. Ray Atman, our board president, Kevin Ayat, Sue Burkhar, Lindsay Budarak, Jim Devine, Dick Graybill, Rob Jamrose, Tyler Genema, Jackie Likens, and Robin Still. Thank you for your ongoing support and efforts. Because of what they have been able to do, we were able to fund 2 angel gifts tonight. So we want to really extend our thanks to the GLRC Board of Directors. Finally, I would also like to thank all of you who are out there tuning in tonight and throughout the virtual event for participating in this year's gala and supporting the Superior Health Foundation. Also in supporting the John Keevala Legacy Fund. It's because of your support that we can do initiatives like we are doing here tonight. And in the words of the late John Keevala, keep fighting the good fight. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Greg. This is one of those moments where you go off script a little bit. So you have a script that you're preparing, and I'm going to go off a little bit because I feel like I need to say this. I want to talk a little bit about John Keevala. John Keevala was a good friend of mine, and about 10 days before John died, John was about a block away from our office. He was coming from the Peter White Public Library. I happened to see him. We ended up talking for about 10, 15 minutes, and he was always in our corner. Yeah, on the legislative front, he was always fighting for the good people of the Upper Peninsula. He had a tremendously giving heart, just a wonderful, wonderful soul. And he asked me, is there anything that we can do on the legislative front to help with Superior Health Foundation, to help with your cause? And if you need me, you call me anytime. Call my cell phone, call me anytime you need me because I want to help you. Well, 10 days later, he was gone. So I say this because he was terrific, but it's also a subtle reminder about the friends in our lives. And when we talk about mental health, a lot of people are struggling with different issues. And we may not know about it, but that was paramount. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't think of John and I don't think of his family because he was just a tremendous, tremendous individual, and he is really missed. Thanks, Greg. Well, we're ready to announce our second random winner for giving a gift tonight. We want to thank Margaret in Michigami. She has won a $25 gift card to Java Bay, so we're very, very thankful for that. And before we get into our next presentation, I just wanted to circle back just a little bit to the silent auction, if I could. There's that item up there that we've talked about, and it may not be up on here, but it's this virtual visit that you have with one of your favorite animals in Tampa. This is something that we added this year, and this is pretty cool. You know, if you've ever wanted to learn more about an iguana or maybe an orangutan is something that you wanted to spend some time with, here's an opportunity to bid. You set a time, you spend some time with this animal and the caretaker, you learn about what they like to eat, you know, who they play with, who they mate with, everything you want to know about an animal, but we're afraid to ask. Well, here you have that opportunity. So this is terrific. So we encourage people to bid on that. I believe the opening bid is $150 on that one. So we're hoping that we get some bids for that. Now, without further ado, here's our second performance tonight from Joshua Davis.
All right. So again, I'm so excited to be a part of the gala tonight, and I am a big supporter of the work that the Superior Health Foundation is doing all across the Upper Peninsula, partnering with Great Lakes Recovery Centers and the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marquette and Menominee counties. You know, it's an important time for mental health work right now, and we got to be serious about it. And I'm very grateful to the Health Foundation for creating grant-funded programs all across the Upper Peninsula. So I'm going to play another song. There's another UP song. It's I used to sit out on I used to spend summers sitting on the bank of Lake Superior and watching the big freighters go by and just kind of making up stories about the Great Lakes ship captains and their crews, and which I'm sure were a lot more interesting and wild than anything that was actually going on those ships. But this is a kind of carry on from that. This is a tune that I wrote, kind of a fictional tale about a freighter captain who's kind of hanging up his hat in a lot of different ways, and it's a tune that it's called Long Haul. I'm an old freight liner on a setting sun. I got a couple 100 miles before my traveling's done. When the stars start to shimmer on the Michigan shore, I come calling around to your front door. Wish I was a lullaby of a summer rain, a train rolling by, and I wish I was a six-string steel, just howling at the folks down on November and the Beat. And I wish I was an old Chevrolet, a horse and buggy, a Model A. And I wish I was your last cigarette. I guess I got a laugh left in me, yeah. But I'm an old freeliner, I'm a setting sun. I got a couple 100 miles before my traveling's done. And when the stars start to shimmer on the Michigan shore, I come calling around to your front door. Well, can I come calling at your door? Can I come calling at your door? Mama, would you lay a padded on your floor? Yeah, can I come calling around to your front door? All this life that's left in me has got me singing in a solid ground, got me thinking like a refugee. And where I'm bound is with the fleet away. Well, I come round the corner, hear the young folks say, well, they say, why can't you just keep holding on? Past the last of waltz, there's a brand new song. But I just want to listen to the same old tunes and drink my cup of hemlock in the doghouse saloon. And I'm an old freightliner set in the sun. I got a couple 100 miles before my traveling's done. And when the stars
starts out to shimmer on the Michigan shore, I come calling out of your front door. Well, can I come calling at your door? Can I come calling at your door? Mama, would you lay a padded on your floor? Yeah, can I come calling around to your front door? So toss me out into the deep, into the dark green water, so that I might sleep. Break me up with the bones of old shell backs. Yeah, let the waves shake me so that when I wake I'll be as smooth as a gentleman jack. Spin that bottle till we hit the mainland, all washed up on its golden sand. Yeah, I'm washed up on the beaches out at Manistee, and from the Straits of Mackinac down to Milwaukee. But I'm a old Freightliner, I'm a sit in the sun. I got a couple 100 miles before my traveling's done. And when the stars start to shimmer on the Michigan shore, I come calling out of your front door. All right.
Wow, does it get any better than that? We want to thank Joshua. It's really interesting. We had an opportunity, Kim from my staff and I had an opportunity to talk with Joshua, a month or so ago to prepare for this. And he was one of the most delightful, really down-to-earth, humble individuals to talk with. And we had a little trouble connecting with him initially, but once we got him on, we ended up talking to him for a while and going over his song selection, and he was just very, very thankful to be part of this. And we're humbled to have a talent like Joshua Davis perform for us tonight. So we're very, very thankful for that. Just terrific. Speaking of terrific, let's talk now about the mystery prize boxes. Gala Planning Committee member Heather Peacock is standing by to preview what you could win. Heather?
Thanks, Jim. We've got some amazing prizes here tonight. As you might have seen on the SuperiorHealthFoundation.org website, where you can bid on these prize boxes. We have over 100 amazing gifts that have been given, either by some of our Superior Health Foundation supporters. We've also reached out into the community and used some funds from the COVID Relief Prize Fund that was created through the foundation to actually go out into the community and help support many of the businesses throughout the region. And we also have quite a few of our longtime supporting businesses throughout the region who have also given back by donating prizes. Please bid on them. They go to an amazing, important cause of behavioral health throughout the Upper Peninsula. And I'm going to share with you a few of the exciting prizes that we have available. So log on and get ready to bid on these guys. So one of our really nice prizes is our Chula Vista Water Park all-day passes for 4. And this is for both the indoor and outdoor water parks in beautiful Wisconsin Dells. I know the girls and I have got 2 of my own. We love to go there, and it is so nice in and out to just take a little family trip. And there's some time that you can take advantage of this. We also have a big boy prize for a free meal for a month for a year. So you can take mom and dad out to breakfast or dinner and really enjoy that and make a special time of it each month. We also have a really, really neat Pictured Rocks getaway where you can take a tour for 2 around Pictured Rocks, and then you also have this wonderful $100 voucher for lodging in the community. And the Munising Community is also providing a lot of wonderful resources so you can learn about the area. And this is one of only 4 national lakeshore parks in the United States. So if you haven't explored it, bid. If you have, bid anyway. And come back again and see it, because this is ever-changing and so beautiful. And my family and I were just there
a month ago enjoying a close by getaway. We also have a really fun craft beer prize for those of you who love your microbrews. There are 6 six-packs of craft brews, including many from outside of the region. So for you, for your friends, for you, maybe you might have to compete with Jim for this, although he's going to have to keep bidding on those prize boxes himself. But please log on and bid on that item. And we also have a lovely, lovely prize from Todix Econo Foods, a $150 gift card, which you could use for your essentials, or if you just want to, take those extra dollars and buy something special for a really nice meal, or even donate it back to another important cause if that's what you'd like to do. So we have really great prizes here tonight. So log on to superiorhealthfoundation.org and bid on these prize boxes. It's only a $50 bid, and you could win these prizes that have a value well over that in many cases. So we are really, really fortunate to have this opportunity tonight to be a part of the gala. And I myself, this is, as Jim knows, this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart for 2 reasons. One, mental health services are so important in our community, and I'm grateful for the Great Lakes Recovery Centers and the Healthy Youth Coalition for being here and for us to be able to support you. Because one, too many of us have been affected by mental health issues throughout our community. And in John's case, and in my case with another close personal friend who was a leader in our community, we lost people way too soon. And also, I have 2 young kids who need role models, who the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marquette, Menominee County, they're wonderful programs that are really helping kids to have a healthy start and develop good peer techniques and learning how to deal with peer pressure and have confidence. And I have 2 girls, 8 and almost 11, and those kind of programs are what are going to set a great foundation for them. So thank you for having me here tonight, Jim, and please bid. And if the prize boxes aren't of interest to you, then make a charitable donation to the organization, because these are really important causes. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional here, Jim, but like I said, it's a topic's near and dear to my heart.
Thank you, Heather. We never make apologies for getting emotional, because that's what we do in philanthropy, because we care and we want to help people. And tonight, with the mental health initiative, there are just so many things that are out there. Heather alluded to, we were talking about these COVID-19 prize sponsorships that we unveiled. And we did this for a couple of different reasons. First off, we knew that there were a lot of businesses that were hurting financially across the Upper Peninsula that either couldn't give a big sponsorship or needed a little boost in the arm to help them out. So we created these sponsorships with the hope that we would raise maybe $4,000 or $5,000 with the COVID-19 sponsorships. Well, lo and behold, we raised $10,000 through that. And a good portion of those dollars have gone right back out in the community. My team has been diligent about going back out, Kim and Lynn and Amanda and everyone, to be a part of this and buy gifts across the UP. So it's our way of saying thank you to all of those businesses that have supported us in the past. We appreciate that very, very much, and we want to say thank you to you, because without your support, this wouldn't really happen. So it's our way of saying thanks, and we're very, very thankful to be doing that. So I was just alerted that we have 26 prize boxes remaining, so you must have did a pretty good job there, Heather, because 1 or 2 went during your presentation. So that's awesome, and there are some good prizes there, and we hope that you will buy one. And let me also add on the prize boxes that everybody wins, okay? So you're not going to get a prize box and you're not going to get a whammy inside of the prize box. That's not going to happen. Everything in there is from 25 all the way up to 500. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to be able to open it up, and we often refer to it as Christmas in September. And we will, get those prizes to you after the gala. At this time, I think Tony's going to be scrolling this up there, but we want to thank a dynamic and dedicated gala planning committee. When we moved to the virtual event, these incredible volunteers rose to the occasion and helped when we needed them the most. You know, our gala planning begins back in October. It begins the month after our last gala. We meet every month, and then leading up to the gala, we meet twice a month. And there's a lot of work that goes into this. And without these folks dedicating their time and their talents, we wouldn't be able to put on the gala that we did. And we're hopeful that we're back here next year in a live way. And we're just incredibly thankful to all of you that have helped with that. All right. Now, at this time, it's time to hear from our second partner. And our second partner is the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marquette and Menominee Counties. And it is my pleasure to introduce the Executive Director, Carrie Ann Lesperance. Carrie Ann?
Thank you, Jim. Good evening. I am very proud to be standing up here tonight representing the Healthy Youth Coalition, or HYC as our members love to call it. Although I am representing the coalition tonight, you can see from the video that the people who volunteer for the cause are the true representation of the coalition and what we are all about. To back up a little bit, I would like to give you a little history of the Healthy Youth Coalition to better understand the progress we have made and why I am able to be standing here today. The community we serve is a two-state, two-county region with a very large geographical area to cover. Although they are separated by the Menominee River, the two communities are truly considered one. We are proud to say that many agencies in our community are able to benefit both sides of the river and are able to cross the state line, but unfortunately, that state line is also an inhibitor to many who are not able to cross with their good work. In 2001, a group of concerned adults in the Marquette-Menominee area came together to talk about teen-related issues and why suicidal ideation was increasing among the youth in our area. Conversations were being held, but the questions remained. It was only until they brought youth to the table that they were finally given some insight into the questions that they had. If you truly want to make a difference, you need to make sure that you have youth at the table. It was during that time that it was finally uncovered how much drug and alcohol use was amongst our area children. Whether this played a factor in the initial concern of what brought on the conversation, it was definitely something they could not ignore. From all that we have learned since 2001, we now know that mental health and drug and alcohol issues can go hand in hand. In 2005, the General Education Director of the Menominee County ISD, who was a big part in the community conversations over the years with the youth, wrote for a federal drug-free community support grant. This federal grant is a 10-year grant given to coalitions only one time during their existence, and after the expiration of the grant, they are not able to reapply and are expected to create and build relationships in their community in order to sustain their community and prevention efforts. To their surprise, they were awarded the grant at their first shot at writing it, and the rest is history. Luckily for us, the federal grant saw the state border as an opportunity and not a barrier. And for over 10 years, we brought together various community sectors together to plan and evaluate numerous prevention programs in the area. And we grew from a large table of dedicated volunteers and members to over hundreds of youth involved, where we could no longer hold everyone in a small meeting room. And instead, we had to travel to them. What a great problem to have. Thanks to the members who believe in the mission of promoting healthy lifestyles among our youth and their families, we were able to make great improvements in our community. This change was also recognized by the local companies in our area, and thanks to them, we were able to start up a sustainability fund in order to prepare for our time after that 10-year grant period had concluded. We are excited to announce that we are on year 5 on our own, and we are still going strong. We may not be able to do everything we did before, but we are still active, we are still involved, and we are still bringing youth to the table. It is important for us to continue the youth-led, youth-driven model of the coalition, which is why we are so thankful to have been selected as one of the recipients of the event tonight. The money raised will continue sustaining the many prevention efforts that we do within the two counties. The activities, programs, and projects that we implement can fluctuate from year to year depending on what the data tells us. Of course, we always continue our programming and projects that pertain to protecting the youth in our area, such as sticker shock around hunting season, encouraging those over 21 not to provide alcohol to minors, our youth-led media campaign with our kids on the radio and their billboard designs up in our community, as well as town hall meetings, youth-led forums, and the free book program through Imagination Library, as well as our HYC teen leadership opportunities. As you saw in the video, one of our most popular programs, called Action Troop, is also held annually. It is not only an educational program, but it's also a good recruitment tool for children to join the coalition at a young age. When we are introduced to a new member, they usually tell us in excitement that they couldn't wait to get to the high school to join HYC because they remember the cool high school kids coming in with their bright t-shirts into their elementary school and telling them to make good choices. The program also keeps our HYC high school kids accountable for their own actions as they are held to a higher standard in a mentor role when they sign on to be a part of it. One of the most memorable moments of this program is when we were at a local elementary school a few years ago, and one of the members, who had asked to not have a lot of talking lines, had pulled me aside with a question before we were about to enter another classroom. A little brief background to the program is that when members sign up to be a part of Action Troop, we always encourage them to be a part of it. Even if they aren't comfortable with acting, maybe they would like to be a part of the skit writing, or even just someone in the back of the scene with no talking lines. You never know what will catch the attention of one of the younger kids in the crowd. This member had explained to me that she really actually signed up to be a part of Action Troop because she wanted to share her story about how she was severely bullied as a child. She said she was a little too nervous in the beginning of the day, but felt as though she could now do it during the next presentation, as she could tell that many of the kids we had visited that day were suffering like she had been. After the presentation had ended, she not only told her story, but transformed that story into how students need to take care of one another and stand up for one another, as all it took for the bullying to end for her was one classmate, just one, to stand up for her and invite her over to their lunch table. She explained to the kids that from then on, this person continued to invite her over on the playground and even became her partner when she needed one for a project. She continued on that for years she had been alone and no one did anything to protect her. Although they eventually drifted apart, she had gained new friends as she entered the middle school. She urged them that you do not need to be best friends with everyone, but you need to be kind with everyone. The heartfelt advice that she gave to the kids that day was more effective than anything I could have ever said. She received an outpour of unexpected applause from the little kids, as well as hugs and extra high fives on her way out of class. Of course, that was pre-COVID. To have witnessed the experience with that Action Troop member, and then all of the volunteers that you saw in the video, is why we could not be more proud of the Healthy Youth Coalition. That is how we truly measure the achievement of what we do. If it were not for members like them and their passion for continuing our mission, we truly would not be here today, accepting a very generous donation. We were not sure if we could make it beyond the 10-year period, but we are constantly blown away by all the financial support we have received and continue to receive in order to keep doing what we are doing. The ISD, Tri-County United Way, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, the Hugh Bradle Memorial Foundation, and now the Superior Health Foundation are just a few examples of who have stepped up during this 5-year period to ensure that we do not go anywhere. Of course, there are so many others to mention, and we are so grateful for their support. But as I mentioned in the beginning, it truly isn't about me. It's about the youth and the adult members of the coalition, including our own executive committee, and their many, many years of dedicated membership, as well as my fellow staff members, Cindy and Mary. Thank you for all you do. I wish you were here tonight. That make us who we are. We tell our youth that they are brave to be a part of the coalition, as it's not easy sometimes to go against what others are doing and taking that stand against drug and alcohol use. Thank you, Jim LaJoy, the board, and other staff members of the Superior Health Foundation. Trust me, I know how hard you work. The committee members of the Gala, and all the many sponsors and donors to this event for allowing us to provide prevention work in our community. We truly cannot thank you enough for what you have done and for what you continue to do for the other charities in the UP. We are forever grateful, and we cannot wait to continue the mission of the Healthy Youth Coalition. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie Ann. You know, I said this earlier, but I'm going to say it again. Spend a little time with Greg Toutant and the Carrie Ann Lesperences of the world, and you know why we do what we do. Passion, just incredible people who want to do well for their communities, who want to help people. And, you know, it's our pleasure each year to be surrounded by such wonderful, caring, thoughtful individuals. And we're so tickled to have you as partners. So thank you so much. All right, I'm going to put, who remembers Jerry Lewis? I'm going to put my Jerry Lewis telethon hat on here for a second. And, this is kind of like a telethon in some respects, right? So we have an update, 25 prize boxes remaining. So Carrie Ann, you must have did the trick again because somebody bought a prize box while you're up there. But we've raised just under $2,500. Our goal is $5,000. Remember, you can still give through 6 p.m. tomorrow. Just go to our website at superiorhealthfoundation.org, and you can give a charitable gift for that. So, and we've got another winner. We want to thank Jeff in Marquette, who gave a charitable gift just a few minutes ago. And Jeff, you get to go to the Casa Calabria. We got a $25 gift card for the Casa Calabria, and that's sounding pretty good about right now. So congratulations with that. So with that, we have one more final performance from the incredible talent of Joshua Davis.
All right, you guys. So again, my name is Joshua Davis, and it's been such a pleasure and an honor and a privilege to be a part of the Superior Health Foundation's virtual gala, virtual this year. I spent a lot of time growing up around on the Upper Peninsula, mostly around Marquette County and on Big Bay, Ishpeming, and my folks had a homestead out on County Road 510 up there, and then on 550, but I toured around the UP extensively from the Copper Country down the Garden Peninsula and up in the Sioux and just about everywhere. It's one of my favorite places on the planet. And I'm real grateful to the Superior Health Foundation for all the work that they're doing. If you can and you're able, consider giving a gift to the Superior Health Foundation to further their efforts. In giving grants to organizations that are supporting mental health all across the Upper Peninsula. Anyway, I'll close out with this song called The Working Man's Hymn, and thanks again for having me. It's been a real pleasure. Hunger for the top of the hill. Some people just trying to get a decent meal, but I know that we can turn it around. Some people sleeping in a fine feather bed. Some folks are dreaming of old homestead. Some just need a place to lay their head, but I know that we can turn it around. I know that we can turn it around. There's one thing that I found. There's a voice in the dim singing a working man's hymn. I know that we can turn it around. Shining through the driving rain, and I know that we can turn it around. thanks again for having me, you guys. It's been a joy and a pleasure. We'll see you.
All right, terrific. Wow, that's just chills. It's just awesome. Awesome performance. Again, we want to thank the incredible Joshua Davis, who was a runner-up on The Voice several years ago. But for anyone who watched The Voice several years ago, how he did win that competition is beyond me. I know I voted for him, and he should have won. So in our eyes, Joshua, you're number one, and you certainly were number one here tonight. So thank you so much for that, and believing in our cause and really taking the time to be part of our special evening. A couple of quick updates. We now have a bid on the earrings. We're thankful for that. We got that one. I think we only have the zoo now is the only one that hasn't been bid on. So we're hoping someone can pick out their favorite animal and do that virtual experience with the zoo. And we're doing well. So we're very thankful for that. Remember, the silent auction goes until 6 p.m. Sunday. If there's something you like, please buy it now. Then you don't have to worry. And we're going to head over to this table to my left again with Kim and Joan, and maybe give us one more sneak peek of what's still available and what people can bid on.
Well, Jim, I just found out we have 23 prize boxes left. And I wanted to tell you one of my favorite gifts is still in those prize boxes. It is the Hiawatha package. We've got beautiful mugs, T-shirts, and Hiawatha passes for next year. That's just a treat inside the prize boxes. I'm going to let you know about one of our silent auctions. It's Dunham Sports and Tractor Supply. We're calling it the Wilderness Package of Dickinson. And you can get $400 value with 4 different gift cards. If you want to go hunting and fishing, if you want to get ready for ice fishing, it's a $400 value, and I believe the minimum bid was $160. So please take a look at that one. And that was Tractor Supply, Hardcore Outfitters, Home Depot, and Dunham Sports. I want that for my husband. I can see that that's what he would be asking me to bid on. I have another one in Dickinson County that came to us, and it's a restaurant and beer package with I believe, an overnight stay. You can go ahead and have pizza at Spiro's Downtown Restaurant. There's Blackstone Pizza, craft beer at 51 State Brewery. Come out and relax. Enjoy 2 nights at the America Inn. So it's a wonderful package with beer and pizza just around the corner in Dickinson County.
All right, and this is Joan back with you again. I'm just going to go through the list. We have bids on these, but that doesn't mean they have to stop here. The idea about bidding is to outbid each other, so make sure you keep bidding on some of these that already have bids. Again, we talked about Troy Graham package. That's a private concert. In fact, if you're inspired by this virtual gala that we're having, some of the nonprofits are kind of throwing their arms in the air saying, how are we going to raise money? Maybe you can get a hold of Troy, bid on this package, and have him be the entertainment for your money raiser. So there's all kinds of things you can do with some of these prizes. So, and I know Troy has very, very generously donated his time for some time to sing for you. It's 2 45-minute sets, so that's a lot of music for you that you can think about doing that. So that's still available. You can bid up on that. We still have the Watson & Watson beautiful gold nugget earrings. Remember, Christmas is coming. You're going to be panicking come the end of November and December about going out and shopping in the crowds. Bid on it now. Get them. You'll wrap them. You'll have them ready for your mom or your wife or your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever you want to buy them for. So they're still available. Marthaler car detailing. We have a complete car detailing packages that we haven't mentioned before. That's available for bids. And then Joe's Cakes. I don't know if any of you have, I don't know if you've got that overlay or you can zoom in on this, but I don't know if any of you have seen Joe's Cakes, but it's almost a shame to cut them. They're so beautiful. But you're glad you did because they are just delicious. He's got unique flavors. He decorates them beautifully. This prize is a cake a month for a year from Joe's Cakes. So think of all the family activities and parties and things. If you can't get together, you can certainly give a cake as a gift. And that's, of course, in the Huron Mountain Bakery. So that's one that's open for bids. I wanted to make sure and let you know that was available. We still have the Marquette Golf Club package we talked about. That's 18 holes of golf for 4 people. And they are letting you socially distance by, being careful with the carts and everything and wearing your masks. So you can still golf. And that includes a $100 gift card to the clubhouse. So you can go and have a nice dinner after you do your golfing. And then Jim mentioned the Winspire Wildlife virtual visit, an hour one-on-one with your favorite zoo at Tampa in Lowry Park. And it includes koalas, porcupines, anteaters, macaws, orangutans, manatees, panthers, llamas, leopards, and snakes, if you're into snakes. So that would be very cool to learn all about that, and it's something different. I could think even of giving a child that's going to school and they're really into zoology or into thinking about being a veterinarian or something like that. Would be a really cool experience to give that as a gift, even at Christmas time, to have them be able to do that. We still have our TV6 advertising package. Again, all you nonprofits out there and other businesses, $2,500 value in advertising. Well worth a bid on this, because you know you're going to have to market, especially nowadays when people can't come to your doors. You're going to have to run some ads and advertise your goods. So that's really a steal. Make sure you put a bid on that. And again, back to our Detour Lighthouse that Jim and I can't say enough about. Really well worth it. It's really unique experience. And I don't know if he zoomed in on that sailboat, but that is a huge, huge sailboat schooner. And I don't know if I've ever been on one, so that would be really, really unique. Again, great Christmas present for somebody, or even anniversary present to surprise your spouse with. So that's still available to bid on. We still have the mountain biking. I know there are a lot of mountain bikers in the UP. It's a growing sport, well-liked, keeps you fit. Grab 2 more people and go, and then have fun looking at Marquette County. If, you know, the color season's coming up. I can't think of a more beautiful time of year to go and do that. So that's still up for bids. Let me see here. Can't lick. Okay. We have the Island Resort and Casino package. That's a round of golf for 2 and a cart and a $40 gift certificate to the restaurant. So that's available for bids. We have the Chula Vista Resort package. I don't think we talked about that, did we, Kim? That's in the Wisconsin Dells, correct? And that's a gift certificate for a 2-night stay in a junior suite with the water park passes for 4 people and a $25 dinner voucher. So that would be a lot of fun to do as well. And that's available for bids. And then I think I have one more that I wanted to talk about. Make sure you knew that they were open for bids. And that is the Dickinson Wilderness package. And it's a $100 gift card, and Kim talked about that again. Dunham Sports, and 100 to Tractor Supply, 100 to Hardcore Outfitters, and 100 to Home Depot. So any of those could be split up as well and used for Christmas presents, birthday presents. So think outside the box, help the cause, and go ahead and place bids on these. You know you can give them as gifts later, and you won't be panicking at Christmas time. So thank you, Jim.
Thank you so much for those wonderful updates. And again, you know, a couple of these I've personally taken part in. The Island Resort Golf Course is fantastic. If you haven't played that, it's just a great, great time. 18 holes, it's just picturesque. And of course, the restaurant is there. You know, the biking, for the biking enthusiasts, how cool is that? You know, go out on your favorite trails, 4 of you, spend an hour or 2 tooling around on your bike, and then you get treated to $100 in food at our good friends Donkers in Marquette. So that's pretty awesome. You know, and I wanted to comment just quickly on the zoo package. You know, there's a lot of great animals to visit with, but I heard Joan say snakes, and there's absolutely no circumstance whatsoever that I even want to be around a snake, let alone visit with a snake. But there are other ones that are available, so we hope that that you take advantage of that. We do have an update. We are now at $2,570 in mental health gifts towards our $5,000 goal, and remember that will go until 6 o'clock tomorrow. So, you know, we're running a little bit ahead of schedule, and that's okay, because when you plan events like this, you plan for things to go right, and you also plan for things to go wrong, and thus far, everything is going right, which is really terrific, in that people are very engaged, and we'll be able to wrap up a little bit earlier than what we had expected. But right now, I just want to say that tonight has just been absolutely incredible, and I want to thank a whole slew of different people. First, I want to thank Lizzie Corser and NMU. Incredible hospitality to work with us. on arranging the room, working diligently to make sure all of our needs were met. We're back at NMU for a reason, because they take good care of us, and we're very, very thankful. We want to thank Tony Barris from La Dolce Video, who's the air traffic controller here tonight, running it, and along with Jeff from NMU Audiovisual Services. These two guys are they're class acts. They're incredible talents. And we want to thank our incredible partners, Greg and Carrie Ann. Wonderful projects. We are incredibly honored to support you. And before we recognize and present the awards tonight to our organizations, we do have, actually, we've got two more winners I'm going to announce, okay? People who have given tonight. We want to congratulate Irma from Manistee. Irma, I know you're in Manistee, but it's not that far to get to Escanaba, and we have a 4-person wine tasting at Lee's Garden and Winery. I've actually have done this as well, and it is terrific in Delta County, so you've won that package. And then we also want to congratulate Mary in St. Ignace. She won the $25 gift card to Java Bay. So we're thankful for all of your support here tonight. With that, it is time to recognize both of our organizations. We want them to come forward here, and our incredible team. Joan, if you want to take part in this, Heather, as many people as we can get that have dressed up for the occasion tonight and want to be part of this, we'd love to have you. Our outstanding UPY Board of Directors, we're honored to present both organizations with $10,000 for their projects here this evening. So we're going to scroll over here and get that up there.
Everyone sit. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Awesome. This is awesome. And by the way, we have real checks to present to you. Yeah. So don't leave before, because we've had people who have left before without the real checks, and then I gotta chase them down the parking lot, and I really don't want to do that. We could cash this. We could find a way to do that. We might. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. So with that, we want to say thank you all so very, very much for being an integral part of the success of the 2020 Superior Health Foundation Annual Gala. We believe it was extremely successful, and it was successful because of all of you out there watching, all of you taking part and believing in our missions to make this a successful evening. We want to thank you for taking time in your schedule to be a part of us here tonight, and we remind all of you to be safe, be kind, and be healthy. Good night.